Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Let me know if you guys can hear me. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 746th-ish edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity. It is Monday, July the 12th of 2021. As always, we are multi-streaming live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution, high-definition 4K to Sharpe Stream, which is available for free. The mobile app is available for free on the Google Play Store, as well as the App Store for iOS or Android. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Hopefully you guys had a good and productive weekend. I know I did. Got a lot of projects done, or at least started. I've just finished put the finishing touches on the Book of Womanese Volume 3, which is really long. I thought I would get the Book of Womanese Volume 3 done in like 2 days. It took a little longer than that. And so I'll be releasing that probably this weekend sometime. I might run a special or do something like that. Do not forget, CME tickets are now on sale. The Conference of Masculine Excellence It's going to be in Dallas this year from October 21st through October 24th. Standard ticket this month only. This month only, the month of July. You can get $100. You can get a $100 discount on the standard ticket. Use promo code, coupon code MWGA. Your standard ticket includes lunch on all 3 days, the Feast of Champions, 5-course meal, all speaking sessions, the 6 live podcast, and of course, virtual event access. You'll actually be able to watch workshops and speeches online. You'll be able to do that. Also, if you purchase your standard ticket before July 31st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will get the entire Womanese audio catalog. Womanese Volumes 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, absolutely free. This is a $1,500 value, over 600 translations, which includes the Gold Digger Guide and the Shit Test Guide. Go to masculineexcellence.com for details. Also, if you have a little extra scratch and you want the VIP experience, you can get a $250 discount by purchasing your ticket this month, the early bird special. Use coupon code DREAM to get $250 off. Your VIP ticket includes a 3-night stay at the venue, the VIP meet and greet, food, drinks, and pretty girls. What more could you want? The Feast of Champions, again, 5-course meal. Priority seating for all speeches. Priority seating for the 6 live priority Q&A, which means your questions come first. And of course, you will get virtual event access. Also, a huge bonus that comes with purchasing your VIP ticket this month. You will get the entire Womanese video catalog. Gentlemen, this is a $3,000 value at no charge. You're going to get over 600 translations, over 250 hours of bonus content. You're going to get the Gold Digger Guide, the Shit Test Guide, the Masculine Excellence Lifestyle Kit. That's 50 hours of bonus content right there. You're going to get my 5-part, 7-hour audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, and my 25-hour audio course. Actually, this is the video course, How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game. So if you want to be a VIP, you get all of this plus the entire Womanese catalog. Let me shout out my Sharpe streamers who are in the house. We got Hellfong, Sirius, the African Wolf, haven't seen you in a while. Ninja Watcher for Life, very interesting name. Tony Vega, Danny DBC, and of course, as always, Apollo 137. No relation to Apollo Creed. Haha. Little foreshadowing there. Janik says, I see what you did there. Wahaha. Why, Janik? I have no idea what you're talking about. All of these coupon codes are completely random and chosen just at random. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to it. So, Kevin Samuels had a special. He had a special Saturday Q&A session where he asked, why can't modern women handle the truth? Why can't modern women handle being told the truth? Why can't they handle when someone is honest with them, right? Now, in the beginning of that particular podcast, he actually showed a clip. Of Adam 22 on the No Jumper podcast having a debate with, I guess her name is Wheezy, and she's talking all this junk about Kevin Samuels and he's a terrible person and he shits on women, blah 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 blah. Again, the typical what Kevin Samuels calls sign language, right? Shame, insult. I know the last one is the need to be right. You guys can correct me on that one, right? But she clearly, even though she is, I guess, a switch hitter, maybe she hits from the left side more than the right side, right? She actually tried to put a battery in the back of Dr. Umar Johnson. I hope Dr. Umar Johnson tears him up, right? Now, Dr. Umar Johnson is very clear about his stance on the alternative lifestyles, if you guys get my meaning, right? Dr. Umar Johnson he does not like players like Chipper Jones, Roberto Alomar, right? You guys get what I'm saying? But But again, we always say this, when it comes down to, dude, it does not matter it doesn't matter what their race is. It doesn't matter what their race is. Yes, shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. Thank you, Janik. Thank you, Janik. This woman is supposed to dislike Dr. Umar Johnson because he has this phobia for, think of another one. I don't know why. Oh, he has a phobia for a player like Tim Raines. Right? But this women can't handle the truth. They are so inept at being able to handle the truth. They'd want to be, they prefer pretty lies to ugly truths. She is willing to actually attempt to put a battery in the back of Umar Johnson, who has spoken out against women like her, to go after Kevin Samuels. Now, first of all, in terms of a debate or anything like that, dude, Kevin would thrash that dude all day, every day, right? Listen, man, I'm sure Dr. Umar Johnson does good work. I've heard some pretty shady things about him, right? But, it is what it is. But, and Kevin and I, we talk about this all the time. Part of the reason Kevin is undefeated is because he has the truth on his side. Part of the reason why Myron Gaines is undefeated on the Fresh and Fit podcast is because he has the truth on his side. That's why. We know what we talk about here in this community is 100% truth. We know it to be true. This isn't some agenda. This isn't some narrative. And we don't need studies or statistics. I mean, guys, we've lived long enough and we've experienced enough to understand that what we talk about, yeah, this is the truth. This is the truth. That's the way this goes. Anyway, so after Kevin more or less talked about and broke down the Adam No Jumper podcast breakdown, he then had a couple of ladies on the show. And, it's interesting. When I watched this live stream, I actually expected it to be, I expected it to be atypical, right? Because he had several females come on. Hey, man, like, why can't women handle the truth? Why are modern women not able to handle raw and honest truths? And the first couple that he had on were, they were pretty reasonable. Yeah, the reason we can't handle the truth is because we prefer we prefer pretty lies to ugly truths. Namely, the one on the screen right there. She seems fairly self-aware, right? She's a pretty woman. She understands, what her flaws and frailties are. And then things got a little bit real. So we're going to look at a couple of interviews that Kevin Samuels did. The main event is always the last one, but the first one was very interesting and very, very short, but it's definitely worth listening to. So without further ado, away we go.
And you kind of like changed my actual perception of things, a lot of things.
Okay.
So,
wait a minute. Got to make sure the sound isn't blown out here. I know it's a little high.
I feel like it does go to that masculinity because I didn't grow up with like my father or whatever, even though I grew up in a household of two married parents. I didn't grow up with my father. So it's like.
Are you guys okay with the sound? How's the sound on your end, guys? Keep me in the know.
Like, I always had an attitude of like, I got it. I don't need nobody. Like, I do everything. So I feel like we get on the fence just because we are so much in our masculinity.
Okay.
So it's like, it's be like, oh, who are you to tell me something? Because that's what's my attitude.
Okay.
So I'm talking right now from experience. I'm talking from me. Like, that's how I used to be until.
Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
I have 3 boys.
Okay, so this woman has 3 boys. She's a single mother of 3 boys. Okay, fair enough, right?
All with the same father?
No.
Uh-oh. 3 boys, all with the same father? No. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, fall back for a second. Cause how many different fathers?
3.
That's it. Life is over. That's it. Like, that's a wrap. This woman has 3 boys by 3 different men. 3 boys by 3 different men. It's over for, well, I don't want to say it's over for the boys, right? I don't want to say it's over for her sons, but it is going to be very, very difficult for them. it is going to be very, very difficult for her sons to really find out what it's like to be a man. 3 boys, 3 different fathers. Let's find out. And Kevin is very, very good at continuing to ask questions. And listen, man, and this is what I like about Kevin. Kevin he's never he's not judgmental. Okay, she says, listen, man, I got 3 kids by 3 different dudes. Kevin didn't bristle. He didn't, yeah, all right, okay, all right, right? Like, okay, I understand. But now Kevin is looking out for the sons. And now he's going to start asking questions about her relationship with the boys' fathers.
Okay. And how's your court? I'm going to get right.
And yes, I know that Devin is very terrible at putting dishes in the dishwasher that do not need to be put in the dishwasher. So forgive my ghetto-fied coffee cup here.
Back to you. How's your relationship with your fathers?
So my relationship with 2.
Oh boy, there we go. How's your relationship with their fathers? Well, it's a funny story. That means her relationship with their fathers is probably not good. Listen, that doesn't mean it's terrible, but it's probably not good. If you have a relationship, if you have a decent, a cordial relationship with the baby daddy, and Kevin Samuels asks you, listen, how's the relationship with their fathers? Yeah, relationship's pretty good. Listen, we get along, we do what's best for the kid. He's in a relationship, I'm in a relationship, it's all good, right? Devin's sister, Kathy, has a terrible relationship with her baby daddy, Olivia's father, right? Olivia's father, unfortunately, likes to play all sorts of mind games. But guess what? Kathy does too. It is a bad relationship, and at some point, it is going to affect Olivia. That is a mathematical inevitability. We know this. So now Kevin knows that it's over for this woman. He knows it's over for this woman. Now he's trying to look out for these boys, and the advice that he is giving her is looking out for her sons.
2 of them is okay. We get along. I even have a relationship with their other partners.
Okay.
One of the fathers, me and him bumped heads a lot.
One of the fathers and I bumped heads. Yeah, one of the fathers never get along. Listen, man, what you guys got to understand, what you guys have to understand, man, is that just because a woman sleeps with you doesn't necessarily mean she likes you, right? And again, speaking from personal experience, dude, I have smashed girls I did not like. Didn't like her personality, just didn't like her as a person. Couldn't stand being around her, but she looked good, and so I smashed. Just because someone is having sex with you does not mean they actually like you. Now, that being said, every woman I've ever had biblical relations with, most of them I did like on some level, right? I mean, you have to, in order to be intimate with someone, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have to be in love with you, obviously, but I gotta be able to stand you 10 minutes at a time, right? I gotta be able to, because listen, man, it's not just wham, bam, thank you, man, and then she's off. No, listen, man, like, hey, I'm not gonna kick you out just yet. I'll give you 15, 20 minutes, get your bra back on, right? Maybe go into the kitchen, make yourself something to eat, right? All the while I'm calling the Uber. But if you have a bad relationship, if it's so funny. There's so many baby daddies and baby mamas that just don't like each other. Listen, man, they met at the club, they had a one-night stand, that resulted in a baby. This is why they have a bad and terrible relationship, or at least not a decent one, because they just don't like the baby daddy or the baby mama. And it's a shame, it really is.
Had, attitudes and did stuff to each other. So me and him just really don't even speak, but I communicate with his partner. So I'm neutral.
Wow. So her relationship with one baby daddy is so bad, she didn't even talk to him. She communicates with her baby daddy through his girl. Whee.
How old is your oldest?
He's 13.
And your youngest is?
19 months, 1.
Okay. So what I often tell single mothers is think of it this way. Most women will kill you for their kids, and most mothers will really do damage for their boys, especially young ones.
Right.
But think about, would you want your sons to bring you home?
Wow. That is a pointed question. And this is, to me, This is always the checkmate move. I'm this and I'm that, and I deserve this and I deserve that. Kevin just asked her straight up, would you want your son to bring you home? Any woman, any single mother, any single mother with a son who fixes her mouth to say, well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind, they're being disingenuous. A long time ago, I did a video called The One Argument You Should Never, Ever Use. Okay? The one argument, number one, never argue with your woman. I've never been in an argument with Devin, ever. There are discussions, right? I have heated one-sided exchanges with her, but we never argue. We simply do not argue. I do not allow it. I don't allow it. This is the way it should be. However, I do understand that there are some guys who are kind of new to this community, and you do still argue with your woman. The one argument you should never, ever, ever, ever use. Well, put yourself in my shoes, right? If the situation were reversed, would you be okay with it? Guys, 12 times out of 10, they're going to be like, well, I would be perfectly okay. So, for example, let's just say you catch her texting her ex. Now, obviously, this wouldn't be a problem if you trained her the right way, because if you trained her the right way before coming into this relationship, she knows that you don't commit to guys who text their ex. So by texting her ex, when she commits to you, she's breaking up with you. She's dumping you. Oh my God, I can't believe you. I can't believe we're not dating anymore. Well, Hannah, I told you at the beginning, listen, you asked me what it took to be in a relationship with me. I told you, I do not date women who text their exes. You're going to dump me for that? Hannah, I didn't dump you. You dumped me. What are you talking about? When you texted your ex, you then became a woman. You turned yourself into a woman that I don't date. You broke up with me. Listen, you dumped me and you're mad? No, I'm the one that should be mad, right? I thought I was getting one thing, you gave me another. Anyway. Let's just say for the sake of argument, you get past all that, right? Why are you texting Randy? Why are you texting Kevin in sales? Why are you texting Dave? Well, we're just friends, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy always says, oh, yeah? Well, what if I were texting my ex? Would you have a problem with it then? Guys, 11 times out of 10, I wouldn't know. Of course I wouldn't have a problem with it because I trust you. Okay, all right. She essentially wins the argument. Well, I wouldn't be worried about it because I trust you. So now she is giving herself permission to engage in behaviors that put her relationship at risk. Number one. Number two, she's virtue signaling. Well, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I'm a virtuous woman, and I am a virtuous woman who is above reproach. You are the judgmental one. You are insecure. I trust you, which means you don't trust me. You're terrible. You're a terrible woman. Right? Then guess what? When she actually catches you texting your ex and she gets all in her feelings about it and you say, well, wait a minute, you told me that you wouldn't have a problem with me texting my ex because when you texted your ex, you told me the same thing. You know what she's going to say, guys? 647% of the time she's going to say, but that was different. Listen, man, women will say that they're okay with whatever they have to justify their own bad behavior. Well, put the shoe on the other foot. If you were still banging your ex, if I were still banging my ex, how would you feel? I'd be perfectly okay with it. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. Women are always going to say that they're okay with something to justify what they're doing, which is why you never, ever, ever, ever use the put yourself in my shoes. What if the situation were reversed? Let's continue.
As their wife. Would you want you as a daughter-in-law?
Oh,
the version of you that didn't need to be told nothing and that.
Oh, then that version of me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no.
See, there we go. Oh, wait, hold on. That version of me? Oh, hell no. Well, what about now, sweetheart?
Okay. See, one of the easiest ways I can end up communicating with
my bad.
That's okay. One of the easiest ways I end up communicating with women is I don't make it about me and you. I make it about your kid.
100. See that? He makes it about the kids. This is what I like about what Kevin does, man. Listen, he understands it's over for this woman. He understands it's over. What he's going to try to do now is he's going to try to hopefully give her some advice that maybe puts her sons less at risk. Dude, this is a single mother, and you can tell just by her body language, she's probably not she actually looks lazy. Listen, I don't know. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's a hard worker, but she just looks like she doesn't give a damn.
Starting to say, all right, if women were being, you're going to do your best to raise your boys in a way that they're going to make you and society proud. But who are they going to get with in the world is the question. And one of the first things boys look at is they look at a mother as the kind of woman
yes
to get with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
listen, she's not, dude, this is going in one ear and out the other. She's literally just kind of, all right, she looks like she's about to fall asleep, honestly.
you said you got one is 16?
13.
13. So in a few short years, he gonna have him a little. Yeah.
Look at the look on her face. Look at the look on her face. Does this look like a woman who is? This is so funny. Women just cannot help their nature, and this is not their fault. But she actually looks proud of the fact that her son is gonna be smashing other girls, right? Your son is gonna be. She's like, yeah, I guess my son kind of is. Right? You ever listen to a woman who has a son? Right? And dude, I remember I was in when I was in the emergency room waiting room in Phoenix. This was after they drained my bladder and all that. And dude, it was a Hispanic family. This little boy was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. I don't know how old he was. Not very old at all, but he could walk. Dude, this kid, you could tell he's gonna be a good looking kid. His mother said, yeah, he's gonna be a lady killer. Like, women are proud. They're really, really proud to say that they have good-looking sons who are going to be a lady killer. They just can't help themselves.
Yeah. And have you thought?
Look at that. Look. She almost looks turned on.
About how
She look. She almost looks turned on. Be honest with you. Like, you feel me? Right? I'll tell you what. Somebody in the chat says she looks like she's tired of life. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would say, listen, this woman was probably born tired.
How you gonna feel about your first baby with?
Look, dude, there is not an etch of disgust or disappointment on her face. This is incredible.
One of these little fast girls, so to speak.
That smile is disappearing now.
I haven't because not yet. I've been so caught up in trying to perfect me.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. She said, well, I haven't really worried about that because I've been trying to perfect me. This woman, unfortunately, is cursed with the same malady that my own mother was cursed with. And that is selfishness. That is selfishness. To make a very long story very, very short, my mother was a fantastic mom from ages 0 to 13-ish. Now, there was a space between when my mother and father were separated for the first time and my mom was being a hoe. We didn't really know what was happening, right? There was Reggie, there was Willie, there was Carlos, right? We used to remember all these guys, right? Dude, listen, man, every old black man's name is Willie at some point, right? But my mother was an extremely selfish mother. She's a bad mom. That's what it comes down to. Love my mother. She's a bad mom. Unfortunately for my mother, and unfortunately for us, during the times we needed her the most, she was off doing whatever. Mom was great until I was about 13 years old. That's when she started to have an affair with the guy in the army when we lived in Hawaii. 2-year affair. Resulted in 2 Noit Robas. All kinds of drama. I remember we had to change our phone number at one point. It's incredible. I remember I had gotten in trouble at school. I'll never, ever forget this. I'm in 8th grade. I kicked this kid's ass, right? We're in Hawaii. And oh, by the way, my mom and dad are sleeping in separate rooms now. My mom kept the master bedroom. My dad had to go and sleep in one of the other rooms, right? But who was it that came to my room and actually, had to have a talk with me about controlling my temper and all that? It wasn't my father. It was not my father. My father was living in the house. No, it was Brandon. The man that my mother left my father for. He was the one that had that talk with me, not my dad. Now listen to me, guys. Don't feel sorry for me, man. There are a lot of people who have had it a lot rougher than I did, right? And listen, guys, I make no excuse for the choices that I've made in life. Regardless of our upbringing, we are all born with the inherent understanding of the difference between right and wrong. However, I really, 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 really struggled to sort of find myself because I had no masculine male role models. None. Nowhere. I knew nothing about nothing. And only by the grace of whoever the creator is, did I not knock up it's incredible. It's incredible. Now, guys like Kevin Durant and LeBron James, they didn't succeed because of their mothers. They succeeded in spite of them. LeBron's mother, Gloria James, she had an affair with Delonte West, a teammate on his team. That's how much of a hoe she was. At least Gloria had the foresight when LeBron started growing into a man. Okay, listen, there's nothing I can do. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and send him over to this family, and the rest is history. But then there's Wanda Durant after the first championship with the Golden State Warriors. We did it. Bitch, you didn't do shit. You did not do. Listen, man, I'm telling you right now. And dude, I've seen this up close and personal. I have never, ever, 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 ever known a single mother who is a good mom. None. Dude. And listen, there are maybe my sister, but she splits custody. Listen, man, my mother, when she was a single mother with us, terrible mom. I've never, ever, ever met a single mother who is a good mom. They always act selfishly. They curse at their kids and they leave their kids at home going off to smash whoever. So for Wanda Durant to be out there talking about we did it. No, you didn't do shit. You were the typical single mother. And we now know that you were the typical single mother because of the way your son acts. Kevin Durant's one of the greatest. He's probably the greatest scorer ever. But this dude is always in his feelings, creating secret Twitter accounts and reacting to all this other kind of stuff. It's because he was raised by a woman. And guys, listen, man, this is one of my frailties. And again, listen, man, like I take full responsibility for every mistake I've ever made. But one of the factors that played a role in me not being emotionally mature and having to put my chat on members only and not being able to control my emotions and beating the crap out of people and getting charged with felonies and all that is because I was raised by a woman. I didn't have a man. I had a man one time. I had a man one time tell me, listen, you got to get a hold of this or it's going to be trouble for you down the road. Dude, I was in 8th grade. That's the last time anybody ever took me aside and told me, hey, get this shit under control. And it happened to be the man my mom was having an affair with. Right? So it is very, very, very important for boys to have positive male role models. Because if you don't, guys, I'm here to tell you, man, my life could be, I have no idea. And you guys, listen, you guys heard me talking to Kevin. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve the success that I have because of all the fucked up things I've done, right? And one of these days, maybe I'll figure out why I keep having success after success after success, despite the disadvantage that I had growing up. Wanda Durant, we did it. On graduation day, my senior year graduation day, I'm the salutatorian of the class. I'm second in GPA, 4.15 GPA. Oh yeah, I was that dude. Your boy had some brains. My mom felt some type of way about the fact that I didn't look up at her when the commencement speech was going off, talking about, yes, and we have to thank our mothers and our fathers. She, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't look at me. Mom, you didn't do shit. All you said, get your education, get your education, get your education. That's all you did. You didn't help me with homework. You a steady fucking nigga. So I'm not trying to look at you to give you credit for my smarts, right? It is very important for young boys to have positive male role models. Otherwise, they end up like me. And I'm going to tell you what, man. There are a lot of guys who had a similar upbringing as me who are incarcerated right now or maybe even dead.
Okay.
So not really yet. I've been lacking in that area.
Okay.
See that? I've been lacking in that. Unbelievable.
What I will say is his father in his life?
To a certain extent.
That means no. Is his father in his life? To a certain extent, no. That means no. If the answer is anything but affirmative, the answer is always no.
Okay. At this age in a boy's life, he needs masculine guidance. And,
That's right.
and I'm glad you're trying to focus on you, but here's the unfortunate part of being a single parent. You got to spin more plates than you have hands. Because if his dad's not there, right now is a critical phase for.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Please, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm biased. But it appears to me that this woman couldn't give less of a shit about what Kevin is telling her. Listen, who knows? Maybe this is her baseline, right? I go back to Plaxico Burress. You guys remember he shot himself in the foot? And when they sat down and talked to him, he kind of looked like he was lying. No, that's not. He wasn't lying. It's just that was the way his facial, that's just the way it was. I don't know. Maybe this woman is just kind of a flatline individual, but it does not look like she gives a single solitary damn about what Kevin is telling her. And we already have a little bit of evidence as she says, listen, man, I know they need role models, but I'm kind of working on me right now. Yeah, translation. I'm selfish. That is one thing. That a lot of all the single mothers that I know, and listen, man, I've not been around all single mothers. Who knows? Maybe there are some single mothers out there that are actually doing a pretty good job. I'll never know. But I have yet to meet one single mother who is actually a good mom, mine included. And it looks as though this woman falls directly into that camp. And that's a goddamn shame. It really is.
Boys between 13 and 18 are make or break years.
Oh,
this is the age. These are the ages where he starts to surpass you in physical height.
Yep.
When
Physical
his
strength.
voice cracks for the first time and he get them little knots in his chest and the testosterone.
Look at how she almost looks like she's turned on by this, right? 920. Oh, wow. 925 people watching. Guys, let's keep the engagement up around 50%. I would appreciate that. Listen, like O'Shea Duke Jackson says, Jesus paid it all. Likes are free. Guys, please like the video. Push this up in the algorithm. And by the way, shout out to you guys who like the video. Shout out to you guys who like the video and are tuning in, because the last 4 days, my channel and views have completely turned around. I'm actually starting to gain subscribers, and I really do believe that the genesis of that was when you guys made a concerted effort. You guys had me like 125%. You guys had me like 100%, 125% engagement. I had 800 people watching. I had 925 likes. It was incredible. So please keep that up. Likes are free. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Remember, guys, when you hit the bell, click all so that you are notified when I go live. And you can also, I'm going to give you 3 steps. Just allow me to diverge here. Okay. If you want to make sure that you are always in the know about what I'm doing, you can do 3 things. And this takes maybe 30 seconds. Number one, when you hit the bell in YouTube to be notified, make sure you go to all. That's the first thing. The second thing is set a calendar reminder every 30 days to check to see if you're subscribed to my channel. Again, I'm going to say it again. Get your pencils out. Set a calendar reminder for every 30 days to remind you to check to see if you're still subscribed to Donovan's channel. So on September 12th, check to see and make sure you're still subscribed to my channel. The third thing you can do is download the Sharpe Stream app. If you download the Sharpe Stream app, enable push notifications, you will always know when I go live anywhere. So those are the 3 things. Let's get back to it.
Your towels ain't gonna be safe.
Oh God!
Don't be asking where your lotion go, Mama. You got some things coming for you, and he's going to need some direction, because the kind of woman he deals with, you gotta know, is going to make or break his future.
Mm-hmm. She looks like she could not, honestly, she doesn't look like she cares, man. She looks like she could not give a single solitary damn.
Wrong woman, he could easily end up being what?
You?
A teenage father? So I'm going to encourage you to actually work on you. But boys at that age in particular need male structure and
That's
guidance.
right.
Do you got any brothers, uncles?
Oh God.
Is he involved in anything where he's just immersed with masculine energy and testosterone?
So he does boxing.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's wow. That's a start. You see that? He does boxing. And when he does boxing, he has I would assume he has a positive male role model. Now, even then you can't really assume. I mean, as far as Mike Tyson is concerned, his male role model was Customato, but Customato wasn't around long enough. Mike Tyson's life still spiraled out of control after he became the champion.
That's about it.
All right. What state do you live in?
Illinois.
Eesh.
Chicago?
Yeah, outside Chicago.
All right. Well, is he in any team sport?
See, again, Kevin is trying to, I don't know. It appears that Kevin is trying to make her care, right? And I'm not saying that this woman doesn't love her sons. Listen, man, single parents, single moms, they love their kids. They're just lazy, man. Listen, man, being a good parent is hard. It's fucking hard. This is why I have decided never to be one. Because if I were to have kids, I know I'd be a bad father. Dude, honestly, I'm just too selfish. I'm too fucking selfish. So I'm not about to bring a kid into the world to subject my kid to that life. But this woman laid up with 3 different dudes, man, and she doesn't really look that old. She looks like she's about 26 years old. But Kevin appears to be trying to pull it out. Listen, give a shit. Like, what? Like, is he in team sports? Like, he's trying to get her talking, and she's just kind of like, eh.
It's not a team. They just kind of go there and practice during the week.
I mean, when he's in school, will he be?
No.
Will he be, okay.
No, ever since COVID.
Okay.
Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. Any kid who is into boxing, they never get bullied. They never get bullied.
Okay. One thing, boys need to be around men.
That's right.
And that teamwork stuff, the stuff you learn from not being around your siblings, is really important. And you got three boys. That's a handful.
Don't I know it? Because I'm the oldest of 3 brothers, and we drove our mother to. Me and my brothers, we terrorized our mother, man. It wasn't anything insidious. We were boys. We were rambunctious, right? We played tag in the house. We played home run derby in the living room, broke all sorts of furniture. And I mean, this is just how it is. That's how it is.
That's a handful.
Yes, it is.
I hope you reach out to any resources that are going to be available around you. But
look, reach out to any resources that are going to be available around you. She ain't doing shit. You can tell she's not going to do anything. God almighty, man. This woman could not care less, man.
Always remember this, that boys are going to model the kind of women they pick off their mother.
Except, Mr. Samuels. Oh boy. Boys are, and Kevin is right. Kevin is, this is interesting. This is very interesting because I don't know if this is true or not. Because Kevin said something very important right there. Let's rewind that. He says boys are going to pick their women based off of their mom. Let me make sure I listen to that again because maybe he was implying something else.
Reach out to any resources that are going to be available around you. But always remember this, that boys are going to model the kind of women they pick off their mother.
Okay. Boys are going to model the women they pick off their mother. Obviously, that's not always true, right? Like, listen, we say girls pick men who are like their fathers, and boys pick women who are like their mothers. Unless, of course, you were raised by a weak father or a strong mother, right? This was not a conscious decision I made. Okay, when I was 15, 16 years old, and I started to like girls or whatever, I didn't say, well, my mom wasn't a very good mom. She's loud, she's boisterous, she's kind of a hoe, and she's not very feminine. So let me pick women that are not like my mother. No, This was just a natural thing. I gravitated towards the more feminine of the girls. I'm in the South. I'm not in the deep South. I'm in North Carolina. And if you guys know anything about the state of North Carolina, Slim pickings with sisters down there, right? So at some point, and again, this is just my masculine hard drive looking for some femininity. That's when I started dating white girls. Dude, my high school sweetheart, white girl, right? Mom didn't like that. Oh no, she didn't like that at all, because that shone a light on her own deficiencies. If my mother had been, I'm gonna tell you what, if my mother had been what she was the first 13 years of my life until I was 18, I would probably be with a black woman right now. I probably would be. And, well, I can't really say that because my mother and father, they separated when I was like 8, 9 years old. She was still a hoe running around. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So listen, man, maybe I'm wrong about this, but for me, I didn't pick a woman. I didn't pick a woman. I didn't date any women, anything like my mom. That just wasn't in the cards for me. I was like, forget that, right? But then you get sons who belong to women like her. They actually end up picking women like her. So tell me, guys, is it true? Do boys always pick women like their mothers, or am I an exception to the rule? I don't know. I guess that's for another day and time. But I think that's a very interesting topic to have.
And you got to ask, am I being the kind of woman I want my boys to bring through the door?
Mm-hmm.
Because that first love map is something. Now the one is 13.
See, she does not give a shit. She does not care. She didn't care. She just does not care. But guess what? If her son starts dating white girls, she gonna care then, right? I can't believe you're dating a white girl and this and that and the other. I'm your mother, blah, 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 blah. At that point, he can turn on his phone and show her this video. Yeah, Mom, yeah, you're my mother, but this man who doesn't even know me trying to advocate for me, you look like you couldn't give a damn. So what the fuck do you think I'm going to do? What, all of it, look, you act like you didn't give a shit about me, you basically my whole life. Now all of a sudden that I'm dating outside my race, now you want to act like you give a damn? Fuck that. No, sir.
He's pretty much who he's going to be, but 19 months? Keep watching.
Oh my
Keep watching, keep hanging out, all right?
See, he knows that she doesn't care. That's why he's just decided to go ahead and end this.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello?
Okay. Let's quickly read through the super chats, and then we will get into the main event here. Thomas Conservative with the $2 super chat says wonderful sound. Appreciate that. Shows on Hanma says for the Mario sound, LMAO. Yep, that's kind of it. King Henry with the $2 super chat says typical ratchet ebony. You said it, I didn't, man. You said it, I didn't. Thank you guys very much for the super chats. Let me check on the Sharpe Stream side. Again, guys, if you want to sign up for Sharpe Stream, you can watch me for free on the mobile app. Go to sharpestream.com. You can either go to the Google Play Store or the App Store on iOS. By the way, later today, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be continuing my sex life breakdown. I'm going to do the double feature. I'm going to continue breaking down season 1, episode 3 of Sex Life. Then, of course, we're going to get into Temptation Island, where my man Slick Rick looks like he has recovered. Looks like we have recovered. Dre Raven, Sirius, on the Sharpe Stream side, says a father is one of the few people to tell a kid no and mean it. Women just train kids to be manipulative because they only give soft no's, easy to convince them to a yes. Wow. Well said. Well said. Sirius says she has to be detached in her life. She has to be detached because her life is an actual dumpster fire. It's one thing to have a kid out of wedlock. It's another to have 3. Ay, ay, ay. CMAC 11 says damn, I have a hot single mom I'm talking to, but can't do it. My preference is no kids. Dude, smash her. I mean, no need not to smash her. Hellfong says mothers or single mothers are incapable of raising boys into men. A father's role is so important. You got that right. Hellfong again says raised by single mother, and she was a nutter, and she was nuttier than squirrel shit in my BP days. I dated train wrecks, but it led me to this community. Dude, you and me both. You and me both, man. That's the way it goes. Okay, let's continue. Let us continue. Yeah, thank you for the likes, guys. We got 511 likes. We got 930 people watching. It is now time for the main event.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. What's your Kay? Is that it? Is that fine, Kay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 31.
All right. So what do we got? Why is modern women? Was the truth so hard to handle? Or did you have a question?
Well, I can answer that question. I think.
Now, keep in mind that I thought that this would be a very different interview, right? Like I thought that this would go a certain way. So this woman is coming on admitting why women don't like to hear the truth.
The truth is hard because it will allow or it will force a lot of women to like have to look in the mirror and self-reflect. And like, even though a lot of women have been done wrong, it's always things that we could have done to prevent, you know, whatever happened, whether it be relationship wise or why we ended up in the position we're in or whatever.
So she's 31 years old. She looks half decent. Any woman who is even mildly attractive and single at 31 has been ran through. End of discussion.
And it's hard, especially when you're still angry or you're jaded, to just say, okay, I should have did that, or I messed up here, or whatever. Like, it's difficult to accept that and admit that because you still want to be angry or blame somebody else. So it's hard to
she was actually making some sense there. Okay, so so far so good.
Self-reflect.
So let me ask you.
She even has good teeth. Like listen, man, she's she looks she's above average looking. I can't tell. Listen, man, I don't know if that's it looks like her natural hair. See, this is one of the deficiencies I have with my lack of experience with sisters. Is I can tell now, maybe most of the time, if their hair is fake, but every once in a while, I'm like, is that fake or not? But you guys let me know. Yep, that's fake. That's fake hair. So tell me, like, is this her real hair? Because I don't know that it is.
Question: how old did you say you are? 29.
31.
Uh-oh. Do you have women around you who can be honest with you and just tell you the truth? Okay. What do you want out of life regarding relationships? Would you like to be married one day?
Yes, I would like to be married.
Okay. Would you like children?
I have 1 10-year-old.
There it is. That's it. She's a 31-year-old with a 10-year-old. As Kevin will aptly point out, that means that her kid is going to be with her for at least another 8 years. It will probably be longer. Why? Because single mothers do not raise boys. Single mothers do not raise boys who are ready for the world. Look, this is why you got so many niggas living with their mothers, man. Because women, and this isn't an indictment on the female species, but women are simply incapable of raising boys into functional men. They're not. This isn't to crack on them or to no. A father's role is to discipline. A mother's role is to nurture. This is why the nuclear 2-parent home creates the best people. Shout out to the dazzling urbanite who looks eerily like Charles Barkley. Welcome to the TSR family. Right? CMAC11 says, not likely her hair. All right, guys. Put a Y or N in the chat. Put a Y or N in the chat in terms of whether or not you think her hair real. Y for yes, and for no.
Okay. And how's the relationship with your dad? His dad?
With my child's father?
Uh-huh.
Who else? Jesus Christ.
We're mutual, but he's in another relationship.
She looks like she's got the crazy eyes. She's got the crazy eyes.
So, do you want any additional children?
No.
So you're 31 years old, right? You got a 10-year-old. And you want a man, you want to be married, but you don't want any additional children. Well, what if the guy you happen to be dating, what if he wants what if he wants kids? You ever thought about that? Dude, the hits just keep on coming with this broad. So you got your own kid, but you don't want any more kids. All right.
Do you care if the man you're seeing has children?
No, and I'm willing to date. Like my preference is like older men for that's like the main reason.
Okay.
So you mean to say that older men don't want? Well, I don't know. Listen, I'm not an older man yet, but I know I definitely don't want kids. I don't know. Maybe there are some men who are in their late 40s, early 50s, maybe even in their 60s who want kids. So, all right. Listen. Okay. I guess I can. I'll roll with that. I guess I will say this: older men are less likely to want children of their own. Okay, so I'll give them that.
So I'm willing to date older.
So
because I don't want any more children.
Okay, so I've got to be honest. See, this is why I think.
I got to be honest. Here we go.
Women need to have women around them that can tell the truth, because y'all don't tend to listen to us first. If you want to be married and you have a 10-year-old, that means you got a kid that's going to be with you at least another 8 years.
At least.
It is a very difficult proposition for a man to go into a marriage knowing he's not going to have any additional children. That removes almost 80% of the reason that men want to get married.
Even if it's an older man?
Well, no, not necessarily if he's an older man, but this is where the competition thing comes in play. You still got a child that you're going to be with 8 years.
Right.
He could easily go find a woman who's younger with no kids.
There you go.
It's not going to, because it's cheaper.
It looks like this is going in one ear and out the other. Like she hears what Kevin is saying, but she's not listening. Like she's like, okay, all right. Well, what about?
See, as a single mother, you are going to have to outperform your childless self.
Which is, by definition, impossible because she has a child.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Meaning,
yeah, Ice Dragon Kid on the YouTube side says she wants an old sucker. Yeah, that's who I think she wants. So it looks like you guys aren't buying the fact that her hair is real. So I guess we're gonna make the judgment on that. I guess she's wearing a hair hat.
Go ahead.
My question is, what is the solution to that? Because I still, I've only been watching some of your content maybe like in the past week or two.
Okay.
So, but I haven't heard like a lot of solutions. Like I'm open to like feedback because I don't want any more kids. So
why don't you? Well, okay. First off, we got to understand, why don't you want any more children?
See, this is interesting. So this is funny. So she said, all right, Kevin, I know I'm a single mom and this and that and the other and blah, 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 blah. And so what now what she's doing is she's I think maybe she read the comment section. Like I think she's read some comment sections, and the comment section was like, listen, Kevin Samuels does all of, he talks all this stuff about what's wrong with women, but he never offers solutions. So she came on there. She was honest with him about, what her situation was. All right, Kevin, I hear you, but what are the solutions? Let's see if this. Hadouken! Wow, that is loud. Damn. What are the solutions? So Kevin said, so what now? So now Kevin is supposed to teach you how to get up out of this stuff, right? Hadouken! All right, that's a little better. I'll get it right, guys. I'll get it right.
Because my child is 10 and I'm single, like I'm not dating anybody. So I would have to meet someone, get to know them, get into a relationship.
I'm single, so I'm not dating anyone. All my womanese graduates, my womanese scholars, all my womanese students, graduates, and scholars, I'm single, so I'm not dating anyone. What does that mean? Right? See, when women think And rightfully so. They think that most men don't know. Well, actually, most men don't know that a woman who says she's single is a woman who is trying to virtue signal. Not really virtue signal. What she's trying to do is she's trying to give us the impression that she is not sleeping around, right? Dre Raven says that in the chat. There you go. Translation, there's a revolving door on her bedroom, right? I haven't been in a relationship in 3 years. I haven't been in a relationship in 3 years. Translation, I've been sleeping around for 3 years. So by her saying, listen, I haven't really, I mean, I'm single, I'm not dating anyone. Listen, you don't have to date someone to be, you don't have to be dating around to be a hoe. You can just sleep around.
Get married. So by the time I do that, how old do you think my child will be? Like 13, 14? So then I just don't want to start the entire process over. I don't want to have like a teenager and a new.
What did I tell you? What have I told you? That every single mother I know, they have one trait in common. It is selfishness. I don't want to start the process over. I don't want to.
More.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Just as like a mother and knowing like.
Okay. All right. So the solution is to wait till your child graduates.
I've thought about that.
So when her child graduates, yes, Tricky Trini says selling purity. Right. So let's just say she does wait until her child graduates, right? He's 10 now, he'll be 18. That's 8 years from now. She's 31. She'll be 39 by the time she's ready to date again. What man is going to date a 39-year-old single mother? This is not going to happen. I mean, look how delusional she is. Yeah, I've actually thought about that. The fact that this woman has actually thought about waiting to get married until her 10-year-old son graduates from high school speaks to the ignorance she has about her own sexual market value. Look at her. I've actually thought about that. Look. You know what that tells us, guys? This tells us that she thinks she's got an infinite amount of time. Yeah, I'm 31, but yeah, I could wait till I'm 39, 40 years old and then look for a husband. Look at her. She actually thinks this is a good idea. Yeah, I'll just wait till my kid graduates. Meanwhile, I'm putting more miles on the peace leave and I continue to get older. Yeah, sounds like a viable solution to me.
Because
you talk about like
but listen. But okay, see, here's the reality. As a single mother, there are all the choices are not easy. Because the first thing I thought of was you're selfish.
There it is.
You want this is about you. I don't want to have an age gap. I don't want to have to do this. Marriage is not something you do for yourself. It is something you do for everything else other than you. Duty, respect, honor.
Look at this. Listen, look at her face. Look at her face as he is explaining this foreign concept of thinking about your child's needs before your own. Look at how foreign this concept is to her. Watch.
Marriage is not something you do for yourself.
Just watch. She's like, oh my God, for myself.
It is something you do for everything else other than you. Duty, respect, honor.
Look, oh my God, I'm going to rewind that one more time. This is it's like this woman is hearing for the very first time in her life that it ain't about you. Just watch.
Marriage is not something you do for yourself. It is something you do for everything else other than you. Duty, respect, honor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Look at her. Like she just had an epiphany right there. Oh, so it's not all about me all the time? Huh. Imagine that.
Honor.
Of course, she muted herself here.
That's what makes a 30, 40, 50-year relationship. If the man wants kids and you don't want kids, that's selfish.
Ooh.
For you. I understand the reason. So that would mean you may be perfectly lovely when he's got to go into somebody and give him a child.
Real talk.
Now, I'm going to ask a hard question.
Uh-oh.
Is it that you don't want to have children,
Uh-oh.
or you just don't want to have what you've already had, which which likely wasn't a positive motherly experience?
Every time I swipe, it just
Okay, well, I don't know why you keep. I don't know why you keep swiping. I don't know why you keep swiping.
What are we swiping for?
Does your phone keep ringing or something?
Is she on, I mean,
no.
Okay.
I mean, is she on Tinder? Right? She says every time I swipe. Wait, hold on. This is important. Listen to this.
Every time I swipe, it just.
Okay, well, I don't know why you keep. I don't know why you keep swiping. I don't know why you keep swiping. Does your phone keep ringing or something?
No.
Right. Kevin actually missed something here. He says, does your phone keep ringing? No. Since when do men call women these days? Nah. This woman is getting text messages and notifications as we speak. That's why she keeps swiping, guys. This is why she keeps swiping, because she keeps getting these notifications. Unbelievable. Does your phone keep ringing? Because see, Kevin, like myself, he's old school. If Kevin has something to discuss with me, he calls me and vice versa, right? But she's 31. I guess she's a millennial. Definitely not a Gen Xer. So, yeah, I mean, is your phone ringing? That's what guys our age would assume. She's like, no, my phone's not ringing. Yeah, but that don't mean it's not still blowing up. I'm single. I'm not dating anyone. Yeah, that doesn't mean you're not out here being a hoe.
Okay.
So, I don't think it's just me being selfish. I think, like, I know that.
Of course you don't.
What I asked you initially is that did you have a positive motherly experience?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. So, ma'am, listen to what I'm
So she didn't have a positive motherly experience, and you're about to find out why.
about to say. You were how old when you had your child?
21.
You were 21 in a healthy, happy, loving, committed marriage where you met a man, he met your family, you met his family.
Uh-huh.
He did the traditional things, proposed to you, got your father's blessing.
Yep.
Your family paid for the wedding. Your friends came. You got the ceremony and everything.
See, and this is all the way it's supposed to be.
And then you guys lived together and as newlyweds and enjoyed each other for a little bit of time. And then you got pregnant. And regardless of especially if you had a man who's a provider and you had good health insurance and was able to have your baby in a safe environment to whether you took the FMLA 13 weeks off or you took out the first 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. And you had somebody there day in, day out, week in, week out.
Yep.
Your experience would have been massively different.
That's right. There you go.
Right?
See, Kevin's speaking facts. Like, and again, she understands this. She understands this very, very clearly. Yeah, listen, man. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between the motherly experience of a single mother and the motherly experience. The motherly experience of a woman who actually has, I mean, I would assume a husband, something, right? At least a partner. So the reason why she had a negative experience is because she's a single mom. Of course she is. Yeah, she's not smiling now. As CMAC11 in the chat, on the Sharpe Stream chat, yeah, she's not smiling. She is beginning to maybe understand. Maybe she doesn't look worried enough. She doesn't look worried enough. She has no idea what is in front of her, and Kevin is trying to tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you would still have the same opinion if your husband were to unfortunately be passed, if you were a widow, and you were to look at marrying?
Dude, honestly, you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think this chick is a bit of an airhead. I think. Am I wrong? What do you guys think? She looks kind of like, I mean, she's kind of like, she's kind of happy-go-lucky, right? I mean, she just kind of, honestly, she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, Chrissy, in Vegas. Dude, Chrissy's the hottest girl I've ever committed to. Jesus Christ. She was as dumb as a baseball bat. Things would go in one ear and out the other. She always had a look of, oh my God, there's always a look of wonder, right? This chick really gives off that vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but she's kind of ditzy. She's kind of ditzy, and I think she's a little bit clueless.
Again? Would you still say, I don't think I want any more children?
I'm really not sure.
Dude, listen. Kevin, to his credit, to Kevin's credit, he wants to speak to this woman like she's an adult, right? He's, listen, man, he's doing a very good job of giving her, listen, man, she's an adult. You guys are having an adult conversation. Kevin's trying to give her respect. But I think, well, listen, I'm sure Kevin probably understands that this chick is an airhead, but Kevin understands that this woman is probably not the brightest crayon in the box, right? And bless Kevin's heart, he's not going to let that on while interviewing her. But oh my God, this woman is, she's an absolute airhead. You can always tell she's an airhead when you're talking to her and her eyes kind of dart around because you can see her thinking. You can see her thinking like, okay, this is a stupid bitch.
Probably not. But when I say, like, I don't think it's selfish, it's because I'm thinking about, like, the type of woman I want to be and the type of wife I want to be.
Oh, no. The reason I said it's not selfish, but I'm thinking about the type of woman I want to be, the kind of wife I want to be. No, I'm not selfish at all, Kevin. And then the next 3 out of 6 words she says are I.
Like,
what is that? What is that?
Being like, I want to be able to be more lighthearted and just
carefree.
Like my more,
Dude, this chick is as dumb as a box of rocks. She basically, it sounds to me like she wants to be a trophy wife, right? She wants to be a stay-at-home. Again, she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. She wants to be a wife, and she wants the status, and she wants the money, but she don't want to do shit.
Womanly or bubbly self. And I think that when I'm a mom or when you have a newborn, it's just a lot of work, and it's a lot of mental strain.
Of course, it's a lot of work when you're a single mother.
Unbelievable. Are you kidding me with this? I'm not as bubbly when I'm a mother, so it almost sounds like she resents her kid.
A lot of work when you're a single mother. Okay, and this is why having a child out of wedlock is so traumatic.
I agree.
Oh, there it is. There's the real her, right? Did you see that? He said this is why having a child out of wedlock. This is why having a child out of wedlock is so traumatic. Oh, she's like, oh, I totally agree. Look, let's watch that again. Watch.
It's a lot of work when you're a single mother. Okay, and this is why having a child out of wedlock is so traumatic.
I agree.
See, that's it. That's real. Chicky Trini in the chat says those nails are pissing me off. Yeah, dude, I don't know why these women get these cat claw nails. It's ridiculous.
So I mean, what I'm trying to get you to understand is, okay, let's start here.
See, Kevin is now realizing that he's not dealing with someone who appears to have very much intellectual capacity. Right, she doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be registering on her face. So Kevin's like, oh, and you can see. Look. You can see. Bless Kevin's heart. You can see that he is starting to. He is starting not necessarily to lose patience, but he's like, okay, what can I do to get through to this woman? You can see. Look at his body language. He's like, okay, all right, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this another way. Right. This is him realizing, okay, I can't really talk to her like an adult. Right? I have to dumb it down.
If you're married, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills in the household?
No.
Okay. What percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? What percentage? Yeah. Like right now, you have...
Did she say 0%? Hold up. What did she say?
Okay. What percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? What percentage?
Oh no, she's asking him what the percentage is. Okay.
Yeah, like right now, you have to be
Look at her. Look at her. She's like, holy shit, I've never thought about that. Like, dude, she hasn't thought this through. Dude, look at the look on her face. She looks positively bewildered. She looks bemused, like, well, I didn't really think of that, right? I say that, dude, guys, I say this all the time, man. Good-looking girls are useless because they've never had to be useful. This woman she's probably lived a very, very charmed life. People treat her very well because of the way she looks, and what that often does is it saps a woman's motivation to try to better herself because, hell, people are just nice to her nice to her because she's pretty. How many books do you think this woman has read? How many novels do you think this woman has read? You think this woman knows who Geoffrey Chaucer is? You think this woman knows who, Chopin, Beethoven, Mozart? Oh, but I bet you she can tell. I bet you she can tell me all the favorite colors of all the Kardashians, right? I bet you she can give me all the celebrity gossip. I bet you she can name all the bitches that Tristan Thompson has cheated on Khloe Kardashian with, but she can't decide what percentage of the family finances she wants to contribute. Look at that face. She is positively bewildered. She is bemused.
Responsible for 100% of your family's financial load for a lifetime.
Watch her think. Look at her. She's thinking out loud.
When married, what percentage would you want to have to be responsible for?
Ideally, 0.
Oh my God. Ideally 0. See that? See that? She ain't trying to be a listen, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, and Amber from Love is Blind pulled the same thing. She didn't want to be a stay-at-home. She didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. She wanted to be a stay-at-home wife. That's all there is to it. She didn't want to be a stay-at-home. This one, and as far as this woman is concerned, she's like, listen, I've already got kids. I'm not trying to have any more kids. Nope. Still going. Ah, crap.
Okay. So you want a man to come in. And what state do you live in?
Oh, boy.
Arizona.
Oh, she's in Arizona. Damn. Dude, oh my God. Anytime somebody mentions, there we are. Anytime somebody mentions Arizona, I get very envious. All right.
How much is a man going to have to make?
Oh, here we go.
To facilitate you, a child, and him, and a wife that doesn't work.
6 figures. In Arizona.
Okay, 6 figures can be anywhere from $100,000 to $999,000.
Right, exactly.
Maybe $250K.
This is dude. Watch this. Look, guys, listen. Look at the look on her face. All she can do is give the standard boilerplate answer that she hears every woman given. She says 6 figures, and Kevin asks her, okay, well, how much do you really need him to make? And she's like, I don't know, 6 figures. Like, there's a big difference between $100,000 and $999,000, right? Or $999. But this woman is like, well, I don't know. I've never really, this woman doesn't even have a plan. This woman didn't even have a plan. Look at, again, I just can't, listen, I know I keep talking about this, but her face is absolutely you can tell she's never, ever, ever thought about this. Ever. Oh my God. This is insanity.
6 figures.
Okay, 6 figures. Now watch the look on her face when he starts to quiz her about it. Now, see, this is funny. When Kevin's hands are at his side, this is funny. When Kevin's hands are at his side, this means he knows the next 3 questions he's about to ask her. Just watch. Kevin's body language when he asks that lead-in question, when he puts his hands to the side, all right, I know what I'm going to ask her.
In Arizona.
Okay, 6 figures can be anywhere from $100,000 to $999,000.
Maybe $250K. This is just a guess.
Just a guess? Bitch, you're talking about your future husband. Talking about your future husband, man. She's talking about 6 figures. Well, listen, man. I mean, look, I make $3,248.56 a year. That's 6 figures. I mean, listen, there's a decimal point in there, but that's 6 figures. Face Facts with the $5 super chat. Says 6 figures equals base child support will sustain me and my child. Bingo. That's what this is. She's looking for someone who can take care of her kids. That's all this, dude, that's all this is. She's looking for a golden parachute. Space Hopper 45, $5. Says, Kevin Samuels giving women free game and changing the market. The ones who hate him feel indicted by what he says. Same ones who mislead younger women. Oh, yes. Yes. Thomas Conservative, $5. Says, this means she is getting run through like a Chinese sweatshop. You better believe it. Face Facts earlier with the $5 super chat says, kids don't leave home till 18. You'll be feeding her kid until he's 40. There you go. There you go. Again, she's raising a son, guys. She's not raising a daughter. She's raising a son, man. Listen, daughters can leave home because they got all kinds of guys who are ready to move them in. Not the case with boys. You guys ever notice that girls tend to leave home a lot sooner than boys? Well, that's because there are a lot of men out there who will move women in just to smash them, right? Not too many women out there letting dudes move in. I don't care how hood you are.
Yeah, that's about it. And did you go to college?
No.
Surprise, surprise. Did you go to college? Nope. That doesn't surprise me.
Okay. What percentage of men in this country earn $200,000 or more?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I've heard you say this before. It's a very small, like less than 10%. It's a very small percentage.
No, that's
She said 10%. He just asked her, oh my God, dude, this woman. He just asked her what percentage of men make $250,000 or more. And she's like, I don't know, 10%. I've heard you say this before. Again, she heard what he said. She's not listening.
that's over 100. You talk about men in the top 3% of men.
Better believe it.
And I'm going to be very honest with you, ma'am. Men in the top 3% are not looking to pay for anybody else's children.
Yoga fire.
Uh-oh. Ooh, look at this. Look at the look on her face when Kevin says, I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. Watch the realization. Watch the epiphany that washes over her face.
You say this before. It's a very small, like less than 10%. It's a very small percentage.
No, that's over 100. You talk about men in the top 3% of men.
Watch.
And I'm going to be very honest with you, ma'am. Men in the top 3% are not looking to pay for anybody else's children.
Yoga claim.
Look. She's like, say what? Wait, what'd you just say to me? Wait, hold on. You mean the men that I want are not willing to pay for my kids? Look at the look. Listen, man, every single mother knows. Ain't no six-figure nigga about to take care of another nigga's kids. They know this. This woman looks as though she is finding this out for the very first time. For the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
They can go make their own families. Men like that want legacy because they've had to make themselves a high value.
This is going in one ear and out the other. It is. I don't think she's hearing anything he says. Women like her don't take advice from men like us because they've got all the time in the world. She's like, she was shocked for a little bit and then said, okay, She's not buying it, but she will sooner or later.
Man, they don't want to provide for another man's legacy. Every dollar they put in your child is paying for another man. It is biologically ridiculous for us to do that. Let's take it away from human beings, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If a new set of male lions takes over a pride of female lions, what?
Yep, Ice Dragon Kid said, the smile disappeared. See, when her smile disappears, this means that something is getting through. But when her smile comes back, it means that what she has done is hamstered. She has hamstered a reason to still feel optimistic about the future. And Kevin keeps laying it on her.
What happens to the
This is a very important exchange coming up here, guys.
lion cubs from the other men?
I don't know.
This is funny. So he asked her, when a new lion takes over a pride, what do you think happens to the former lion's cubs? She says, I don't know. And a smile washes over her face. She clearly knows. She just doesn't want to acknowledge that she knows.
What do you think?
I don't know. Lions are ruthless.
What do you
See? Lions are ruthless. And I love how Kevin does this. He absolutely positively will not say it. This is part of the genius of Kevin Samuels is he makes these women acknowledge what he is trying to tell them. He's not about to tell this woman what really happens. He wants her to say it.
I don't know.
No. What do you think, though?
Well, look, see, Kevin knows she knows because she just said, "Hey, listen, like, I don't know, Ryan. Lions are ruthless."
You got 5 lionesses.
Mm-hmm.
You got 7 cubs.
Yes, sir.
And you had 2 lions there. Then you get 2 more lions come and depose those other 2 lions.
You better believe
so
it.
those other 2 lions get run off or killed or something, and the 5 lionesses are there and the 7 cubs. What happened to the 7 cubs?
They something to where they're no longer around.
See, she cannot bring herself. And again, this is another. I don't know. I don't want to call it a well. This is a problem with women. Women can never verbally acknowledge the truth. They can never verbally acknowledge the truth. You can tell this woman clearly knows what happens to these lion cubs when the new sheriff comes to town. She will not say it. She simply won't do it. Here's what a lot of women do. They know the truth, but they feel like if they verbalize it, then now all of a sudden they have to be accountable. Why? Because now people around her are aware that she understands and knows the truth. This is how women feign ignorance. Don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. This there is no doubt that this woman is as dumb as a cinder block, but instinctually, right? Like this isn't some sort of scholarship SAT question. Instinctively, she knows exactly what happens. And it has nothing to do with her lack of intelligence, which clearly there is. This is her instinct kicking in. And she will not acknowledge what she knows is the truth.
You're an adult. What does that mean?
There it is. You're an adult. Quit acting like a fucking kid.
Something
They
they
kill her?
What do you think happens?
Do they kill the cubs?
I'm asking. Do you think they raised them?
Probably not.
What do the mothers do with them?
Unbelievable, dude. Probably not.
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Okay,
this is one of the things. This is one of my main points of contention with Dev. Right? Listen, Devin and I, we have a great relationship. It does not come without its challenges. Right? Every once in a while, we will get into a discussion, and I will. She absolutely, positively will not verbalize what she knows to be true. And it drives me absolutely fucking crazy. That is, oh my God. Devin does a lot of things that drive me crazy. And to be honest with you, it's easy to drive me crazy. It's easy to get my chili running hot. But when there's a situation, she does not want to verbalize what she knows is the truth. And it absolutely, it frustrates me to no end. Kevin is, he is cool. He's calm. He's collected. This is why he has 1 million subscribers. And why I have 111,000 subscribers. It's because of his ability to remain cool when he knows a woman is capping.
The unfortunate part that we've allowed women to not even understand nature. In nature, the cubs will be killed because
look at her trying to look surprised.
Every time the new lion comes in, he has to bring food. He's not going to feed another lion's kids.
See, she's looking down, trying to think of an argument. 1,471 people watching, guys. Appreciate that. And we are right on the line. We are right on the line at 50% engagement. Again, like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. Hit the bell. Set that 30-day reminder to resubscribe to Donovan Sharpe's channel. Remember also to download the Donovan Sharpe mobile app on Google Play Store or Apple Play or the App Store, or just go to sharpstream.com. We've got both links there. Just point and click.
This is how it is in nature.
Yep.
So, and the mothers sit back and like, well, and you know what happens when the lion cubs are disposed of? They go into heat. What I'm trying to get you to understand,
they go into heat.
Yeah, ma'am, is you want to be a taken care of woman.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Hmm.
What did your baby daddy do?
Oh, here we go.
He lives, I'm from Michigan, so he's still in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
what did he do for a living?
He works for the big three. It's in the automotive industry.
Okay. All right, listen, he's got a decent job, but he lives in Michigan.
Is he high ranking, or was he on the factory?
No, he's in the factory.
Right. Ooh. Is he on child support?
No.
So she's got a baby daddy living in Michigan. She's got a baby daddy who is not on child support. She got a baby daddy who is not on child support. Unbelievable. Yeah, listen. Well, now we know what her intention is. Now we know what her intentions are. She's not, for whatever reason, she's not getting child support for her child. But face facts with the $5 super chat a little early. I already read this. He says 6 figures equals base child support will sustain me and my child. Yeah, that's it. That's it. She's looking for an older gentleman who does not want kids of his own. And the reason why, that's no accident that she said that. The reason she wants a man who doesn't want kids is because kids hurt her bottom line. Right? If a man has kids, a man has expensive. Dude, Womanese Volume 2. When you're out on a date with a woman and he says, hey, do you have any children? She doesn't really give a shit about your children. At least from a gold digger standpoint, right? A woman looking for a come up or a level up or a gold digger or a woman like this looking to be rescued, they don't really care. The only reason why they care that you have children is because they know that children affect the bottom line. They know that children affect the bottom line. This is why she's looking for a man with no kids who doesn't want kids. This woman wants a man with no kids who doesn't want kids to spend money on her and her kid. Unbelievable, man.
We don't have anything court ordered.
Oh, ma'am, this is going to sound harsh, but this sounds crazy. You want a man to come get you later in life, used with somebody else's kid, and put you up like a traditional wife, and the man you made a baby for ain't even doing nothing. That would make no sense for a man.
Nope.
And he can't even get a child out of you?
But what if it's like an older guy and he has his own children?
I'm older, and I don't deal with single mothers.
Uh-oh.
I got my own children. I would not take care of your child.
Woo! Oh my God.
There are plenty of young women out there with no kids.
Kevin is whooping her ass.
First off, the fact that you had, if you want the honest truth, the fact you had a child is a severe mark against you.
Yoga fire.
Here he goes. This woman has clearly shown throughout this interview that she does not understand the gravity, the severity, the urgency, or she doesn't understand the gravity of her situation. She has no idea. No idea. She has no sense of urgency. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. This woman is 31. She has a 10-year-old son, so she has a boy, right? She's as dumb as a... She's as dumb as a cardboard box. And she wants a man to rescue her. Khalil G, $5, says she probably thinks Geoffrey Chaucer is a character in Game of Thrones. Nice addition to the soundboard. Used to play Street Fighter in the tournaments. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, like this woman, like she has no redeemable qualities. But she wants a man with all of these redeemable qualities.
Because that means you don't make good decisions.
Ooh!
Then I'm going to go vet
claim
the man who you had a child by. And if he ain't at least on my level, we got nothing to talk about.
Woo!
I'm not going to raise a lesser man's child.
Woo!
Bottom damn line.
Damn.
I am not going to bring you around my colleagues, friends, country club, this and that, and be dragging some bastard around from somebody else. Because that's what the kid is called. And because if I did, they would ask, hey, you got married, you got a wife. Okay, hey girl, who's your ex-husband? Oh, I wasn't married.
I wasn't married. Listen to this.
Oh, okay. Well, where's your child? Oh, he's okay. So this is a doctor, this is a lawyer, this is an Indian chief, this is a pharmacist, this is a business owner, this is a this or this. And what is your child's father? Oh, okay. And you just sitting up in the suburbs, not paying any bills? You've been looking at too many Instagram.
But I know some women who are not married, but they're in relationships.
There we go. And there it is. There it is, guys. I'm going to rewind that and play that one more time. Listen to this.
Not paying any bills? You've been looking at too many Instagram.
But I know some women who are not married, but
There it is.
they're in relationships with
There it is. There it is. But I know some women.
Yes, that's right.
But I know some women who are married, well, not married, but in relationships. Boo, that doesn't count. Just because you say you know women who have defied the odds doesn't mean you actually do. And she proved Kevin's point right there. And this just goes to show every single dude. When women can learn to tell the difference between these two things that I'm going to talk about right now, maybe it will give them a new perspective. Women like her, unfortunately, despite all of the proof around us, they are conflating sexual market value with relationship market value. If he is smashing me, he must want to commit to me. I've got all these guys in my DMs because they want to smash. That does not mean they want to commit. Too many girls mistake sexual interest with relationship interest. They are mutually exclusive from one another. They are mutually exclusive from one another. Now, if a man is interested in a relationship with you, then you are going to, obviously he's sexually attracted to you, right? That's checkbox number one. But just because a man is sexually attracted to you does not mean he's trying to put a ring on it. And this woman does not realize that. So much so, she's, well, I know women who are married, well, not married. Well, that's just it. That's just it.
Ma'am, and understand. They'll deal with you. They'll have sex with you. They won't marry you.
Woo!
That's one of the things I talk about on this show. High value men look at legacy, and it doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make you bad. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about marriage, and you're not even gonna. Okay, let's see if we can put it this way.
See, look. Kevin can still tell. He can still tell that this woman still isn't. See, the reason Kevin keeps switching gears is because he knows and understands it's not registering, right? Like, she doesn't look as though this is bad or shocking news. She's just kind of like, okay. She's not taking it seriously. This is why Kevin is like, okay, let's try it this way.
Do you know how to cook well?
yes.
Do you have a recipe book?
No.
You can cook, but you don't have a recipe book, right? So basically, hot dogs and tater tots. Ladies, don't tell a man you can cook unless you have a recipe book. Like, seriously, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
I use like online, and then I learn recipes from my grandmother.
Really? Like what? I'd like to know.
She used to make.
Can you bake?
Yes.
All right.
Of course she can bake.
How tall are you?
Uh-oh. And away we go. How tall are you? Ooh, boy. This is when Kevin typically goes in for the kill. Dude, listen, it is a thing of beauty what Kevin Samuels does. He allows these women to pin themselves in a corner, right? And when he is ready to finish off these broads, there's that lead-in question. How tall are you? And the way he does it is so brilliant. Just watch how quickly he shifts gears. And he knows she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He's like, I'll talk, right? Just watch.
I use like online, and then I learn
He's talking about something totally unrelated. Do you know how to bake? She said yes.
recipes from my grandmother. She used to make.
Can you bake?
Yes.
And I believe her.
All right. How tall are you?
Uh-oh.
5'4".
Dress size?
My what?
Dress size?
Small.
No. Dress size. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Oh, 4.
Okay. All right. How many tattoos do you have?
A lot.
Dude, listen, man. Check this out. Like, this woman has no extra lives, man. No, so she has a lot. So, again, she's 31. She's got a 10-year-old kid, and now she has a lot of tattoos. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's starting to look worse and worse. When this woman, when we started this interview, I said, okay, this woman, she looks all right. You know, she's a good-looking woman. But now we know, number one, she does not want to work. Number two, she wants a man who doesn't have kids and doesn't want kids. Number 3, she wants a man who doesn't want kids and doesn't want kids so that he can take care of her and her kid. The red flags are starting to pile up. She doesn't have a cookbook, right? She hasn't been in a relationship in 2 years, she said? She said, I've been dating, but I'm not dating anybody. I'm single. Yeah, that means you're sleeping around. And now Kevin just asked her, do you have any tattoos? And she said a lot. Oh, boy. Whew, look at Kevin. There it is. Kevin already knows.
Do you have any piercings?
Yes, but not visible.
Okay.
Just like my ears.
All right. Is your natural hair? Is it a wig?
Oh, we're going to find out.
No, I moved to
There it is. She said, nope.
Arizona, so I have not found a stylist yet. But in Detroit, I wore my natural hair all the time.
So why don't you wear your natural hair now? Like, the weather in Arizona is much better, much, much better than the weather in Michigan. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's something that I'm missing. I will never understand why sisters are always wearing fake hair. I don't get it. I do not understand it. I really don't.
I got my hair done every week.
So the short answer is no. Okay, got it.
But how long is your natural hair?
Like to my shoulder.
Yeah, that's cap.
Okay. So, ma'am, this is where women start to get upset. I don't know. You're a high school graduate, right? You have lots of tattoos,
Hadouken!
piercings, someone else's child. 31, he's and now it sounds like you want to be Sally Homemaker and have a man pay all the bills.
Woo!
Why is that? Okay, if your son became an attorney, right?
Oh.
Or something like
I
that.
don't have a son.
Huh? Say what?
I don't have a son. It's
Daughter?
a girl.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, even worse. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dude. It's just a no-win situation with single moms, man. Like, I don't know what's worse, man. A single mom with 3 sons or a single mom with 1 daughter? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Khalil G, $5 says, please throw in that goddamn towel. Listen. Ay, ay,
All right. Well, okay. Well, let me just switch anyway. If you had a son, and he had to go become an attorney and making $250,000 a year, would you want him bringing home a woman who had a child by another man? Would you want him bringing you home?
Well, I wouldn't have a problem with that,
Oh, come now. Oh, come on.
honestly. But again, I'm biased because I am a single mother, and I think it's.
But you would want your son, out of all the women he could pick from, to pick a woman who has a child and doesn't want to have a child. That's what you'd want for your child.
I wouldn't see somebody with a child as a negative, though.
Oh, of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. What did I talk about earlier, guys? What did I talk about earlier? I talked about the one argument you should never use with a woman, any woman, of mother, sister, girlfriend, wife, whatever. Put the shoe on the other foot. Would you be okay with it then? Well, of course I'd be okay with it. Kevin asked her a loaded point-blank question. Would you want your son, if you had one, to bring home a woman like you? The answer is no. The answer is always no. Hell, at least the ratchet chick who couldn't give a damn, at least she kept it real. She's like, no, actually, no, I wouldn't want my sons to bring me home. Yet here this woman is trying to convince us that she would want her son to bring her home and that she doesn't have a problem with people with children. No, women with children. Big difference.
But that's the problem. It is, man. But that's the problem. That's the problem. It is. It is a big negative. And the fact that you ladies don't see, you look at your children and you love your children and you don't see it lowering your value. I see this across YouTube all the time. And it's delusion. Ma'am.
But I wouldn't mind a man who has children, though.
But the difference is we got to take care of them. a man's not getting a kid from you. See, what you're not doing is, what are you bringing to the table except expectations? A man can't even get a child from you. So it's not like that's the deal. And then he's taking care of another child. That's a double negative.
Yoga fire.
So in terms of,
let me ask you this: could your husband discipline your daughter?
Oh, here we go.
yeah, my husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could he whoop her?
My husband, yes.
See, dude, most black women who are single mothers, when they get asked that question, would your husband be able to discipline your daughter? Well, no. Here's the problem. She said, my husband. Well, what about when you guys are dating? So you mean to tell me that he can date her? So he's not going to be able to discipline your daughter until he puts a ring on it? So you're going to let your daughter run all sorts of roughshod out here, being fast, being hoes, whatever the case may be. But you're not going to let him discipline her or step in until you're married?
Okay. Then, and your daughter comes home and she's mad at your husband and she say he did X, Y, Z. See,
dude, she is absolutely clueless. Dude, this woman is like, oh my God, like, dude, it is like, it's getting disturbing at this point. It's getting disturbing. This woman looked like, listen, dude, if Airhead were a person, like, dude, I know white girls who are airheads who are not nearly as clueless as this. Like, it is like, holy, yeah. Tricky Tritty just said it, man. Like, the lights are on, but nobody's home. She does not understand how dire her situation is. She does not. She has no idea. Ay. She's just like,
comes home and she's mad at your husband and she say he did X, Y, Z.
Look at her thinking. She doesn't know. She can't even follow. She can't even follow what he's talking about. And Kevin's brilliant at reading body language. He's like, all right, but listen, let's just move on because you don't understand what I'm talking about here.
Ladies don't realize what you're asking for a man. You're asking for a man who has resources to put and means to put all that at risk.
Oh, look, now she's starting to think, or at least she's giving us the appearance that she's thinking, and it looks like we see her first tattoo right there on her right wrist. So there's one. Already got a tattoo. Yeah, Kevin's about to move in for the kill. Octavius Mewborn, $5. Appreciate that. Clifford Charles, $5 says, yeah, she's capping. She's not being honest. No, of course she's not being honest, right? If she had a son, she would not want her son to bring her home. Clifford Charles says, she looks like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, right. Exactly.
You may be a perfectly lovely woman, man, but it comes down to what are you bringing to the table that's better than other women?
So he's like, what are you bringing to the table that's better than other women? Now, Kevin is searching for something. He's trying to give her some hope.
With no children.
Oof.
Or women who may have a child and they want to give that man a kid. Your case is laden with...
Oh, she has a hand tattoo too? Oh boy.
I don't see it moving. Especially not wanting to work. I don't know where they make y'all at like this. Where'd y'all grow up thinking this makes sense?
I wouldn't mind. I definitely plan to work. Like, I don't have no problem. I would never rely on someone.
You said you didn't want to have to work to pay significant bills. You said you didn't want.
I didn't want.
I asked what percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? None. You said you want somebody making a 200. I know what you said, ma'am. And the reality is you don't want to have the financial pressure. If you work or not work, you don't want it to impact the family in any way.
Right. That's
the reality, ma'am. Were you raised with this? Were you raised?
See, Kevin's at a loss. He's like, okay, please help me understand why you're thinking the way you're thinking, right? And Devin says it in the chat, man, dude, Kevin is trying so hard. He's trying so hard to be polite to this girl, right? Like he doesn't want to he doesn't want to kill her spirit, but it's like that's the only way her ass is going to wake up. He doesn't understand her mindset. So now he's trying to find out, okay, what is this? Like, why, like, where do they make y'all?
In a family like this?
Yes. Both my mom and dad are married, still
okay.
married.
Okay.
But both my parents work.
Okay.
My dad.
But both your parents work, but your mom worked.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't you?
King Life says she definitely has a star tattoo somewhere. Oh, yes. She most definitely has a star tattoo.
You think you should have to? Why don't you want to have to work?
Oh boy.
Her money was put towards like savings and like little stuff that she wanted to do.
But she worked.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have? How many siblings do you have? How many siblings do you have?
Oh boy.
2 other sisters.
Thank you. Your father got 3 kids out of your mom.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're not this person.
Uh-oh.
You're not this person. And unfortunately, this is a good conversation because it shows the damage that this Disneyification has done to the black community. Right. The reality is this, ma'am. You're a high school graduate who had a baby at 20 for a factory worker.
Oh, boy. See, now she's starting. Look at her face now. Look at her face now. She don't look so clueless now, right? So Kevin's like, all right, I gotta bring it all the way back. Because it appears that every time Kevin lets her know, hey, you got this mark against you. You're only a high school graduate. I don't think that matters, right? You got a baby daddy. There's another mark. By a factory worker, there's another mark who doesn't pay child support and you don't want to work. Every time he mentions something that doesn't work to her advantage, it again goes, she'll acknowledge it halfway and then she'll just forget about it. So what Kevin is going to do, he's like, okay, let's run it back. Let's run it back because you need to understand that all of these things work against you. It's not a one-shot deal. Like these things accumulate. So now he's having to tell her, okay, listen, this is an accumulation.
If you were an average-looking woman, you would not be asking for all this.
Ooh.
It is unreasonable.
Wow. See that?
That is why you cannot find a husband.
Ooh.
You can find people to date. You'll find people who have sex with you, they'll hook up. But as far as putting a ring on it, absolutely not.
Ooh.
Not the kind of men you're making the kind of money you're talking about.
No, sir.
Okay, so in terms of solutions,
lower your standards to match who you are.
Oh. Lower your standard. Look, she looks surprised now, doesn't she? But in terms of solutions, what should I do, Kevin? Lower your standards, sweetheart. You don't qualify for the men you want.
Okay, so what do you think that is? So if I don't want to
have
either.
All right. Here's how we do this. Here's how we do this. What would you rank your looks on a scale from 1 to 10?
Uh-oh.
Fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair, and you can't use 7.
Uh-oh.
8.
Oof.
You I'll put Beyonce at around 8, Kelly Rowland around a 9, Rihanna 10. You put yourself around Beyonce level.
Okay, Beyonce's an 8, then 6.
Okay. I give you a 6. You're cute. Cute is one step above average.
Oh, boy.
And according to you, you're a dress size 4, and you weigh about, what? Approximately, what did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
165, 170.
I'm sorry, 165, 170 is a size 4? Is that what? Hold on. She didn't just say what I think she did she?
According to you, you're a dress size 4, and you weigh about, what? Approximately, what did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
165, 170.
Oh, boy.
165, 170? No, that ain't a dress size 4. You every bit of dress size 8.
Uh-oh. Oh, I can go in my closet. All my dresses say small, though.
That's cap. No, they don't. They can say small, but it doesn't give the dress size, sweetie. Right? Like, listen, you weigh 165, 170 pounds. Yeah, of course that's a dress size small. You're in America.
Okay, so if you're 5'4", 180 pounds, you weigh more than a man at your height. I'm the image consultant. I know women's sizes. I used to do fashion merchandise. Unless you are an H cup, you're not 30 pounds of breasts. The women I date deal with 5'4", 125 pounds, and I know what it looks like all the time.
Yep.
You 50 pounds more than that. That's 8.
Mm.
So that's already, you're too big.
Oh. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. He said she's too big. That's it. She don't qualify. Listen, we can enter.
So I just had like a significant weight loss. So I'm getting like skin removal, and I'm going through this whole process.
But see, that's the fact that you got to do all that when your competition is already that with no kids should let you know.
This is a wrap.
You got to go through transformation to get to what we already want.
Nope.
And they got no baby. And you got a whole grown person. Man, you're a 6 and you're below average in your body. So that puts you right about average. You will be good to get a man making $50,000 a year, and you will work for the rest of your life.
He TKO'd her twice. No, she's not 6'4", guys. She's 5'4". That's it. That's it. He just let this woman know. This is probably, honestly, this is probably the first time. This is probably the first time anyone has ever told her that. Kevin told her, listen, you're overweight, you've got tattoos, you've got a kid, you don't want to work, and you want a man who makes $250,000 per year? Nah, you don't qualify. You do not qualify. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. Tricky Trinity says there's more. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Oh, he actually gets up and walks. Does he? Really?
I've just started listening to you, and you kind of like changed my actual perception of things, a lot of things.
Okay.
So I feel like it does go to that masculinity because I didn't grow up with like my father or whatever, even though I grew up in a household of 2 married parents.
Oh, that's where I ended it. That's where I ended it, guys. Yeah, I didn't have any more. I didn't have any more. I didn't go any further than that. So, wow. I guess I'll have to watch it all the way through. Listen, to me, the mic drop was when he told her, listen, you're going to have to date a guy who is 5'9", makes $50,000 a year because you don't qualify. That's it. That's it. The delusion this woman has. And then he absolutely, Clifford Charles, $5 says he knows that she's not 6'4". Okay. Just making sure, man. Just making sure. So, Kevin is undefeated. And, again, man, like these women, these delusional females, man, this is why there's such an adverse reaction. Because they're not being used, they're not used to being told this. Every man she has anything to do with, oh, you're this and you're that and you're a queen. And listen, I was just out there. There ain't too many black people in Arizona. Listen, man, relative to the population, there ain't many black men, at least of the caliber she's looking for, ain't too many of them in Arizona. So she's already wow, this is bad. Ruminant melanoid. Holy moly. Dude, ruminant melanoid, I remember you from 3.5 years ago, man. 3.5. Oh, wow. $2 super chat says that's no TKO. That's still on the mat. Do you remember when you used to think TKO meant total knockout? That's what I thought it meant. Wow, dude. Oh, so she was 300 pounds? Oh, no. Oh, God. She was 300 pounds at one point? Yep, there it is. Skin removal leaves scars. So she most definitely, dude, that's it. She's a dumpster fire. She's a train wreck. That's it. She's like that's it. And again, Kevin is very good at getting accurate information out of these women. God, that's a shame, man. That is a damn shame. You guys have come through for your boy. 1,628 people watching. damn near 1,000 likes. Let me get 5 more likes. So we can get over 1,000. Ay. Wow. Oh my God, dude. With the kid, she's 330. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Yep. There is no, like, dude, honestly, man. Charles says the walk-off was the best part. The reason why I didn't go all the way is because I just don't have the time. I'm actually getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go lift weights. In my gym. And so at 5:30 in just under 3 hours from now, come right back here. I will be doing a double feature. I will be breaking down Sex Life, right? Season 1, Episode 3, the full frontal, right? Then I will be breaking down Temptation Island. Double feature. I'll be doing that all week. I'll be doing that until both series are over. And then we'll find something else to talk about. But again, Kevin is undefeated. And I guess he just finally lost patience with her. I guess she kept... I'm going to have to... Listen, I guess I'm just going to have to go in and watch the rest of this. I might just watch the rest of it while I'm lifting. Actually, no, I can't do that. Because if I do that, I'm going to hurt myself. James Martinez says, enjoying these afternoon shows. Yeah, so am I, man. So am I. I think this is a good time slot for me. I think it's a very good time slot for me. My body is much more flexible because again, I'm 43, I'll be 44 in less than a month. Like if I get up and start lifting, like I haven't really quite warmed up yet, so it's good to get my body warmed up so I can lift in the afternoon. So I have to make sure now that I'm on the air. It'll be between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. So I'll say 5:30, 6 at the very latest. But I'll probably be in the weight room for about an hour and a half or so. Then, of course, I will take a shower, and then we'll be good to go. Charles says, new show, Gym Time with DS. I'm going to tell you what. I'm actually planning on something very, very cool. What I'm going to do, and I guess I'll just let the cat out of the bag here. What I'm going to do is for the next 90 days, I'm going to be on an extremely aggressive training schedule. And I'm going to take a picture of myself shirtless every day for 90 days. And then I will upload it to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and do sort of a time lapse. So stay tuned for that. And at that point, when you guys see, hey, this guy legit knows what he's talking about, knows what he's doing, then Gym Time with DS. Because my gym is awesome. Dude, the gym that I have in my garage, it's awesome. It is beautiful. It is a sight to see. I love it. I spent almost $30,000 on it. Very expensive gym. This is why I was saying on last night's show, if Devin and I ever go our separate ways, listen, she can have everything else. I'm taking my studio. I'm taking my gym, all the equipment. I'm taking my cat Dexter, and I'm taking my 2 gerbils, Philip and Clyde. You cannot have Clyde. Nope. Clyde belongs to me. Like I will fight Devin in court. For Philip and Clyde. It's that serious. I've always liked little rodents. I've always loved gerbils, ham. I actually had a couple of pet rats at one point. Little small rats, not rats the size of cats. Nick Penn, $5 super chat says, everything about these single mothers is true. I was dealing with one too. These 304s ain't loyal. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Like I said, be sure to join me right back here between 5:30 and 6 o'clock for the breakdown of Sex, Life, and Temptation Island. Thank you all for your views and your support. We'll see you later. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Link in description.